I am in President Scott Postma's home office, just hanging out. We're about to make a video, but I just wanted to show you what a cool place this is.
Hey folks, Scott Postma here, and I wanted to take just a second and talk to you about our summer course offerings at Kepler. Joffre and I are going to tackle a few of these, tell you a little bit about them, but I wanted to let you know first that our summer courses begin June 29th. They end August 21st. That's an 8-week course. These are very reasonably priced, some great teachers, and so we want you to jump in here as soon as possible, and we'd like to tell you a little bit about them now.
Well, hey everybody, this is Joffre. I am Kepler's academic advisor, and that means that I am the one who talks to families more than anybody else. But I'm here with our president, Scott Postma.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So the reason I'm here, I dropped in on this beautiful home office because we've been getting questions about our summer courses and a couple recently about our writing classes. Yeah. And it seems to me like summer is a great time to take a writing course. So maybe you could talk about that and a little bit about the 3 classes that are being offered.
Yeah, absolutely. Summertime's a fantastic time for a number of reasons. First off, because there are 8 weeks. It's not a big time commitment. Secondly, they tend to be inexpensive. Teachers make them very attractive to students. It's a good time for remedial training. It's also a good time to really just further something you're interested in doing. If there's some area of interest that you would like to explore without all the other academic rigor being piled on,
right?
You get a little bit of room to do that. And so writing is summer's a good time to take a writing course, mainly because students are preparing to write papers in the fall. It gives them a little bit of opportunity and training to be prepared as they come into, whether they're going to college, whether they're going to a high school class, and so the 3 courses that we're offering this year are really helpful, and these 3 classes actually complement each other.
Yeah, it really seems that way.
Yeah. So Nick Kennicott is teaching one that is really an introduction to research and writing, and so this would be a great class for somebody who might be just starting out. Maybe they're junior high, maybe they're a freshman, and maybe writing isn't their thing, and they've struggled with it. It's a great introduction. The creative writing class that Andy Newman is teaching is an opportunity for students to explore the imaginative literature, poetry and prose, and they're going to be reading some great books as well as learning how to write their own creative works. And then the third one, Dr. Stephen Mitchell's teaching one that's a little bit more advanced, and I think this would be a fantastic course for students who might be preparing to go to college. They might be upperclassmen in terms of their rhetoric. These are students who are really advancing an argument. They're not just learning how to, although I'm sure they'll learn the basics, they're not just learning how to write, but really how to write well. So this is actually a step ahead.
And that last course in particular makes me think of a quote that you've brought out before, which is Ambrose Bierce. Yes. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that idea.
Yeah. Well, Ambrose Bierce famously made the statement that good writing is clear thinking made visible, and so a lot of times students are, they have trouble maybe thinking about a topic, or if they're struggling writing, it's because they're struggling thinking, and if they're struggling thinking, they're going to struggle in writing. They complement each other that way. And so when a student learns how to write, they start with a process we call invention, and so they learn what can be said about any topic. I've seen students come in and they're like, I want to write about the Civil War, and you're, all right, so wait, what can be said about the Civil War? Well, volumes, so they're going to learn, how do we tailor this down to a very specific thesis, to something very specific given the amount of time, how to arrange these thoughts, how to support these thoughts, how to advance an argument in a way that's logical and sensible and cogent.
So, writing is just a necessity for accomplishing what you want to accomplish.
Right.
Yeah. So you want to communicate.
Yep.
The Civil War is your thing. I'm so enthusiastic about talking about this, but you have to know how to do it.
You have to. Yeah. What can actually be said? How much can be said? How can I say it in a way that's intelligent and meaningful? And that goes for any topic. We just pick the Civil War. Obviously, is a big, broad topic with lots of
right.
Yeah.
So if I were to nutshell this, and whenever you get too neat, I suppose, or too pithy, you run some risks. But would it be fair for me to describe these classes as being, well, there's a technical writing class, there's a creative writing class, and then there's an essay and college prep kind of class?
Yeah, I think that would be a good way to describe these classes. And, when we talk about college prep, you and I have talked about this before, we don't learn to write just for going to college, but going to college is something that, if students are preparing, they've got to write entrance exams, they've got to write, if they're writing to try to get scholarships, learning to write well to prepare, to think in a more advanced way, college writing is super important.
Right. So this summer, these 3 wonderful writing classes, attractively priced. That's one of the nice things about our summer term.
Absolutely.
Is that they're being priced in we'll say in an approachable way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thanks for answering these questions.
Yeah.
Guys, there'll be a couple more about our summer classes coming up soon. So don't hesitate to reach out to us, but in particular to me, Joffre at Kepler.education. I'm always eager to talk to the families. So as I said, don't hesitate. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Joffre. Have a great summer, everybody.